Do you ever think of your personal brand when you're in the spotlight? How do you describe your personal brand?
Well, I've been thinking about that quite a bit, and I think that, obviously as an ambassador of the Trump organization and with my primary responsibilities being here at Trump, I spend a lot of time thinking about branding considerations and thinking about, ways that I can reinforce the family brand, both as, a representative of Trump, but also in my own right. So I think an offshoot of that, and, it started with really The Apprentice because I became more visible along with my brothers as a part of the organization and a part of what the Trump brand stands for. But, as an offshoot of that, I've taken some initiative independently and outside of the organization to create and define my own brand in fine jewelry. I have a very successful boutique on Madison Avenue. We're growing all over the world. We just opened locations in Kuwait, in Qatar, and next we'll be expanding into China to sell our fine jewelry. I also have a shoe line that's going to be coming out in spring 2011. I wrote a book that was a New York Times and Wall Street Journal bestseller. There's definitely things I'm doing to create my own identity. But all of it goes back to serving this brand, the Trump brand, and to reinforce our message of quality and luxury. And between my brothers and my father and myself, we really have the ability to cross many demographics and reach out to different potential consumers in a way that's only positive for us. So, things like social media. On behalf of the Trump Hotel Collection on Twitter, I have the largest following of any luxury brand, which is, great. And it's because we're not just, we're not just a static brand. We are dynamic. We're based on a family. We're not just a name. We have a level of accountability, and people can follow us and associate us with what Trump means.
So how can other people build their personal brand? What are your recommendations?
Well, I think it really depends on the person and what type of brand that they're looking to develop. Not everyone needs to be a luxury brand. Not everyone wants to be. So, there's no categorical answer to that without being specific, because that's ultimately what it's about. But I think people can spend time thinking about customer service, who their customer is, what their customer wants from them, what market niche they have to fill. And being a brand is just about reinforcing the core business. You can't have a solid brand if you don't have a strong business. And most strong businesses have developed a strong brand identity. So it's really about, understanding your marketplace and figuring out unique ways to reach out and to make some noise, amongst make some noise amongst the clutter.
So going back to what you said before, what have your experiences been like with social media tools like Twitter and Facebook? What have you been tweeting about? What reactions have people had, and how has it helped you grow your business, maybe, convert customers and all that?
I've been spending a lot of time thinking about social media and just new ways to reach out to people. It's obviously very effective in that you can reach out to a large amount of people for not a lot of money. In terms of Twitter, I tweet multiple times a day. Sometimes it's more personal. I don't think people like to read things that only, have the appearance of being totally promotional. But other times it is more promotional, not in the sense of being too overt, but in a sense of, sending a message about something that I care about that relates to a project the Trump organization is working on. So whether it's, showing the first renderings of our soon-to-be completed Trump Hotel in Toronto and asking for people's feedback and opinions, or, talking about the opening of Trump Waikiki, all of these things are interesting to people, and they're a part of what we do, and I get tremendous feedback, which is very helpful. So it really is an amazing form of direct marketing in that you really get a sense and an ability to interact with who your potential customer is, and also get to know those people who may not be your customers yet, but are aspirational and are hoping to be. So I did a lot of promotion around the book using Twitter. I do a lot for the Trump Hotel collection and for other residential projects online. And I'm spending a lot more time focusing on e-commerce for my jewelry business. We have a great website that's won a lot of awards. And just actually the meeting after this call is with the marketing teams of various facets of the business and talking about, really developing a strong Facebook presence and how we can do that and, how we can go through that.
Yeah, I mean, 400 million users is a lot of people that'd be interested in you, I'd say.
Yeah, and it's great. I mean, I started using Twitter, and I'm not particularly technologically savvy, so, if I can do it, most people can, but I started using Twitter this summer, and I have over 700,000 followers. So that's a lot of people who have chosen to be actively interested in what I'm doing and, what our brand is doing.
And people who work with you, they ask for your help in learning how to use the different tools as well, I'm sure, just because of your age or because you already have a large following, right?
They do. I learned myself from Tony, from the founder of Zappos. And he's used it very effectively.
Very effectively.
So I really take him as inspiration.
So what strategies have you used to market your brand and attract positive attention to you while staying true to yourself?
Well, I think that's, sort of the same as the last question. I think new media is a way to really relate with your consumer on a much more personal and targeted level. So whether it's posting a recipe of a dinner I cooked last night or talking about, the renovation at Trump International here in New York, it's really speaking in a much more direct fashion. Obviously, traditional media outlets, vis-a-vis television and print and magazine publications, has also been extremely important for our brand. And it's one of these incredible assets that my father has created for us as a company. In that when we do something great, we get tremendous attention for it. The type of attention that a normal developer couldn't budget for when they were hoping to promote a project. So just the availability and the interest in what we're doing can be incredibly powerful for us.